What's up, y'all? So, wow, I wasn't driving for like 2 seconds, no hands. We are going to be talking about how to get a free car so that you can pretty much get it paid off through the business of Turo while it's getting rented, okay? So how can we get this free car? First off, there's a few things that you guys want to think about, and I personally like thinking about this business, and I would have personally done it differently. Going into all these dealerships, going on this car run and getting over 12 cars for myself, I would have done it way different, me knowing it. But I just went in, just say, you know what, let me just go ahead and just learn this process myself. I didn't take no course. I did light research, but really I learned a lot more just through doing it. So I'm just here to just cut the learning curve, give some people some nuggets, some wisdom on like what really actually went down and how to do it. So how do we get a car on Turo? Okay, first, how to get a car on Turo and how to get a free car. Most dealerships want to sell you a car. Every dealership wants to sell you a car. They just see you as a number. The question is, and this is where people get scared, is should I let them run my credit? Okay, depending on how many cars you guys want to get, this is where you would decide if you want them to run your credit. And to be honest, I wouldn't let dealerships run your credit if you are going to be getting a ton of vehicles, okay? I would actually go a different way where you'd get like pre-approved loans, go to the banks, hit up your local credit unions, or hit up bigger banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, B of A, all these bigger banks. And there's a list that actually I have, and I'll probably link that, or if you guys want, just drop it down and I'll put that together for you guys. Just like the actual banks I'd go to get pre-approved loans for auto loans. And it really depends. If you're just trying to get a free car, and when I say free car, I'm talking about using other people's money, leveraging a business model, which is the rental car biz, where you'll literally won't be paying anything. Zero down, very low interest rate, and it's a decent vehicle that people are gonna rent, okay? How to do this? Go into a dealership, or I'd probably just go get approved. I got Chase Bank. Chase actually approved one of my auto loans. Let's say you did it like this. You got approved by the bank. You know the car that you want, and I'd probably do my research on what cars are out there. I wouldn't go into a dealership, try to figure out what car, like, I wouldn't want the sales guy to literally tell me what car they want to sell me. I'd rather go in having at least one or two options of vehicles I want to check out and I want to see with a pre-approved loan. This is the way I would go, because if you go into a dealership and you let them run your credit, they're going to run to so many different banks. And the thing is, the dealership isn't going to do it for your best interest. They're going to do it for their best interest. They're going to find the loan from the bank, and they'll run it to any bank. And they're going to literally try to figure out what's the best so they can maximize on profit. Nowadays, when it comes to like car sales, dealerships don't make too much on just the car sale. They make a lot on the back end. And this is where a lot of people really just don't know a lot about the game. I'll be explaining a little bit more in detail, but I just want to give you guys a generality that you can get a free car by using other people's money, OPM, which is the bank's money, right, that they're willing to loan you, and utilize a business model, which is this car rental business model, to get you to have the car note paid off in a couple years as quick as you can, on top of the insurance, and maybe you might even profit a bit. And this is how you do it. I wouldn't go into any dealership and be scared to, to pretty much be scared to allow them to run the credit. I would not let them run the credit. Have I let dealerships run the credit? Yeah, I have. I've legit made a few dealerships run my credit. They've seen my thing, and they've ran it all over the place. But what I learned is they find what is the best deal for them. So if you want to, just a little quick breakdown of like dealerships, you got the sales guy, then you got the sales manager, and then the last person you're going to see that's going to upsell you on the warranties and all these bigger packages are the finance managers, right? This is, like I said, where they make a lot more of their money rather than just the sale of the vehicle nowadays, because there's so much competition out there. And we could talk about all that, but how easy is it to post a car on Turo? It's actually easier to post any vehicle on Turo than create a Facebook account. You just take a few photos. They're going to verify your ID and your information. You take a few photos and it's listed onto the platform, and people are renting. So how to get a free car utilizing this Turo business model? You can go out there, get a pre-approved loan, go to a bank, pre-approved loan, find a vehicle that you want to get pre-approved for, go to the dealership, show them that you have a pre-approved loan, and make sure they do not run your credit. They're gonna want to run your credit because they'll make way more money from their deal, especially if that dealership finances. A lot of these bigger dealerships finance, like BMW and a few other big dealerships, they finance on their own, and they make way more money doing that. And it's not for your best interest, it's for their best interest. It's so they can maximize on the dollar and make way more money on their end. And this is where a lot of people, you know, when they start to negotiate, and I learned a lot. I'm learning a lot still. I'm doing research after my run. But how are we able to get all these cars paid off? It's all from this rental car biz, and having the wisdom and the knowledge to know about credit, knowing that if you know how to leverage and you have good credit, this is the biggest thing. If you have good credit, you're most likely going to get approved. Banks are willing to loan the money because they don't want to just it sit there. They want it to make more money for them. And that's why giving out these loans and the interest that we paid off is how they get their money plus a little sum back, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Any questions, you guys can just drop it in the comments. Let me know. We'll be dropping a lot of videos just on the journey and how we're doing this, from somebody from literally not knowing anything to actually documenting this whole journey for as long as we're growing this thing out. So y'all take care, be blessed, have a great week. Bye-bye.
I'm so free, I got no chains running through the wall. Heaven got a playlist. I promise that's my favorite place, man. Faithful over famous. Yeah, faithful over fame. Tell them I'm so free, I got no chains on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me.